Welcome to the Best Me podcast. Your best tomorrow starts today. I'm your host, Ellen Livingston. I believe showing up each and every day as the best version of myself doesn't happen on accident. It takes awareness and planning. On this podcast, I talk about planning for ways to improve my health, develop a sense of purpose in everyday life, and create meaningful connections so I can be the best me I can be. And so can you. Let's get started. Hey there, besties. It's me, Ellen. Thank you for listening today. I'd like to give a special shout out to my listeners who tune in each week. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. I want to ask you a question. Do you ever feel like you're just running around in circles? You know, that feeling where you are using a lot of energy without really making any progress. You keep doing the same thing, but you don't really feel like you're accomplishing that much. Well, that's a common feeling because our daily life is typically the same each day. Now, you may have a routine that you basically follow on the days that you go to work. And then you have another routine you may follow on days that you don't go to work. But guess what? You can do this for years. And believe me, I've been there. And y'all know me, I love routines. I'm not knocking them, but it's easy to feel like you're just going around in a circle. But have you ever thought maybe it's not a circle that you're running around in? Maybe it's a spiral. So look at all this running around from a different perspective. From the top or the bottom, it'll look like a circle, but from the side, it's a spiral. And the thing about a spiral is that you can either be going up or you can be going down. Now, we can all think of behaviors or routines that can lead us down the spiral. You know, where you look up in a couple of years or so and things in your life really have kind of gotten a little worse. Imagine how your health will be in a few years if you never take the time to exercise. Instead of doing some kind of movement of your body each and every day, you just sit and you scroll on your phone or watch TV. It's the same thing with your diet. If you don't make an effort to eat healthily, you just choose to eat fast foods and sweets and, all those good convenient foods, where will you be on that spiral in a few years with your health? And think about your finances. What if you never make an effort to save a little bit of money? Each month, you just spend your extra income on stuff that you don't really need. Where are you going to be financially in a few years? And guys, I kind of worry about the younger generation. I really do. It's not like when I was growing up. To spend our money, you actually had to either see an ad on television or read it in a magazine, and then you would have to think, hey, I want that. And you'd actually have to get in your car, and you'd have to drive to a store or the mall, and then you'd have to walk around and find that thing you were looking for before you could even buy it. But not now. Just scroll for a few minutes on your phone, and you're bombarded with all these things that you didn't even know you wanted. And guys, it's a click away. You don't even leave your couch. So it has to be harder for this younger generation that grew up with all this advertising on social media to save any money. And while we're talking about social media, think about using your time wisely to be productive at work or at home. It's so easy to get distracted by so much today. It's super easy to spend your time doing nothing. You tell yourself you need a little break from your responsibilities, so you plan on sitting down for a few minutes and just, scrolling through Facebook and Instagram to catch up with what everyone else is doing, and bam, 2 hours later, you're down that rabbit hole that's designed to attract and distract, and that's a little more slip downwards on that spiral. And you want to know what else is a slip down that spiral? Doing what you always do. The same workout, the same diet, the same effort on anything that you're doing over time leads downward on that spiral. Remember a few episodes ago when I mentioned how Roger Federer, arguably one of the best tennis players ever, said that he constantly asked himself how he could get better because he felt if he wasn't improving, he was going backwards. Well, that's that slip on the spiral. As you get older, if you don't focus on eating better, you slowly gain weight, even if you don't change a thing about your diet. And the same thing goes for exercise or any other skill. If you don't stretch yourself, push a little bit, do something a little different, you won't just stay where you are. You will go backwards down that spiral. And it's just a reality of getting older. Now, have I depressed you guys enough? Don't fret. You can choose to spiral upwards. And how do you do that? By being aware and planning. The best me lifestyle. Well, the obvious thing that you really need to do first is drop the habits or behaviors that you know move you downward. Stop eating junk food. Limit or maybe even stop drinking alcohol. Limit your social media time. Stop smoking. Those are the things that are very obvious. And then start habits that move you up on that spiral. The activities that make you grow physically, mentally, and socially. Eat better. Move more. Get plenty of sleep. Start saving money. Care about your job. Reach out to friends and family. Read, learn, or improve on a new hobby or skill. Help other people. Spend time in nature. And if you already do some of these activities, be like Roger Federer and ask yourself how you could improve. Always be curious, be interested in other people and other cultures and learning and growing. And I guarantee you, in a few years, you'll look back on your spiral of life and you'll see how much your life has improved. That's all I have for today, besties. If you know someone you think would like to hear what I talked about today, please share this with them. Be kind, be positive, and be your best. And remember, small progress is still progress. Thanks for listening to the Best Me podcast. If you would like to make a comment, suggest a podcast topic, or just say hi, send me an email at bestmepodcast@gmail.com. I hope you'll join me next week as I continue to talk about how to be the best me I can be. This episode was edited by Adam Boatwright. If you need any help with music, audio and video editing, or digital arts, be sure and check him out at adamboatwright.com. That's ADAMBOATRIGHT.com.